Tired of losing? Not sure which heroes are overpowered right now and which ones you should avoid in ranked games? Don't worry, I have made a list of heroes with amazing potential in solo rank or when playing duo. Just don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. After the full revamp, Alice turned into an unkillable monster. She's now an amazing pick for the EXP lane and even the jungle. Her biggest advantage is her insane AoE magic damage and massive sustain. Alice doesn't need mana anymore, which is why most players go full defense on her. And trust me, it makes her insanely hard to kill. In team fights, she's a huge threat, and later on, she can literally stand alone against 5 enemies and still survive. Alice pairs great with roam supports like Angela and Florin. They increase her survivability and help her completely dominate and wipe out the enemy team. In the current meta, Grock is one of the strongest tanks. Grock can be effectively played either in the EXP lane or in a roaming role. He can even solo kill squishy targets thanks to his massive AoE damage from his ultimate. Grock's second skill creates a wall on the battlefield, allowing him to control minion waves and provide strategic support to his team. With insane tankiness and strong crowd control, Grock is either a must-have on your team or a nightmare for enemies. If he's not banned, just picking him in draft already puts you ahead. Next up is Bane, a mix of mage and fighter packed into one hero. He's insanely versatile and can fit almost any role. You can build him either physical or magical, depending on your playstyle. With healing on his second skill and crowd control on his ultimate, it's really hard to catch him slipping. But personally, I recommend the magic build. It gives him crazy sustain in fights and boosts the damage from his second skill and ultimate to ridiculous levels. And remember, Bane is one of the strongest pushers in the entire game because his ultimate even destroys towers. And of course, we can't skip Granger. Right now, he's the most popular marksman with the highest pick rate. He deals insane long-range damage and stays mobile with his quick escape abilities. The recent defensive item buffs didn't really affect him, so he's still one of the strongest high-damage carries in the meta. What do you think about Granger? Tell me in the comments, and if you wanted his build, here it is on the screen, items and emblems. Hit like if this was useful. Okay, we're not staying on one hero too long. Next is Aamon. He's one of the strongest junglers right now. His win rate is above 50%, and he's banned in most matches. Because he goes invisible all the time, dodges being targeted, and then pops out with massive burst damage that deletes squishy heroes instantly. Aamon's also great because he doesn't need a perfect start to be useful. He jumps into a fight, drops his combo, and disappears like he was never there. If you don't know how to dodge his ult, you're not surviving. Just a reminder, you can avoid it with flicker or any dash. You just need the perfect timing. Freya after the rework? A completely new monster. Her mechanics are simpler now, but she's way stronger. She can easily dive into team fights, deal tons of damage, and survive focus thanks to her updated skills and improved survivability. If she used to be a niche pick, now she's confidently back in the meta. Honestly, I think she's underappreciated and rarely sees play. But trust me, take another look. She now has more crowd control, more damage, and she's super hard to take down without hard CC. So, what do you think about Freya's rework? Did you try her already, or do you think she's trash? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's talk about the best pick for the mid lane, the mage Yve. She keeps getting buffs, but most players still rarely use her in ranked games, even though she shines at the professional level. Her advantages are constant slows on enemies, high damage, and fast skill cooldowns. Yve's also great because her ultimate can control large areas of the battlefield, zoning enemies and forcing them to move. Combined with her long-range poke and burst damage, she can dominate team fights from a safe distance. The key is to position yourself correctly on the battlefield. Do that, and you've already won the game. Lapu-Lapu is one of the best picks for the EXP lane. Even if you build him with defensive items, he still deals huge damage and is super tanky. In fights, he can fully replace a tank. On top of that, his second skill gives him great mobility, letting him engage or escape quickly. His ultimate provides strong crowd control, which can turn the tide of a fight. He's also great at dueling. Even squishy heroes struggle to take him down. Plus, he scales really well into the late game, making him a threat in both team fights and split pushing. Natan is one of the strongest marksmen in the current meta. With his magic damage and long-range attacks, he dominates his lane. He can constantly poke enemies, farm safely, and scale into a massive damage dealer later. With his mobility and skill set, it's hard for enemies to shut him down. In the late game, he completely carries the game and doesn't give the enemy team a single chance. Tell me in the comments which hero you're using in gold lane. I'd really like to know your thoughts. I want to give some attention to another strong hero, Thamuz. After his rework, Thamuz feels completely different. He's way easier to play, hits harder, and survives longer in fights. You can dive in, mess up enemies, and stay alive longer than before. Definitely worth trying him out. His main advantage is true damage, which cannot be countered in the game. This allows him to easily take down squishy targets while also standing firm against tanky fighters. If you love jumping into 1 versus 5 fights, this is your hero. And trust me, if you face a Thamuz main, they're kinda crazy, aren't they? And I almost forgot. One of the top junglers in today's meta is Alucard. Alucard is a very independent jungler who also fits perfectly in a team. He works great with roaming supports like Angela or Florin. This makes him even harder to take down. High survivability and damage make him feel like a tank that can send enemies back to the fountain. If he marks you as his target, good luck escaping. If tanky junglers are your thing, Alucard is one of the top picks. Drop a comment and tell me, which junglers do you prefer these days, assassins or fighters? Honestly, it feels like this is the second season where fighters are carrying matches. So I've got another fighter to recommend, and it is Hilda. Hilda is great, both as a roamer and on the EXP lane. She can disrupt the enemy jungler, mage, or marksman, making it difficult for them to farm or engage. In team fights, her crowd control and mobility allow her to initiate fights, peel for allies, or chase down enemies. High sustain and durability let her stay in the front line longer, while her damage is enough to punish squishy targets. Pairing her with roaming supports like Angela or Florin makes her even harder to deal with, allowing your team to dominate both skirmishes and full team fights.
But don't forget, the meta is just a matter of opinion. You can play your main hero and still be useful to your team. So, good luck on the Land of Dawn, and thanks for watching the video.